Marie Osmond was a symbol of innocence and joy for over 3 decades. As a child star, she captivated audiences with her smile, sweet voice, and wholesome image. America loved her as the ideal young woman, a face of purity and charm, always ready to entertain and make people feel good. Her presence in family-friendly television shows made her a beloved figure in households across the country. But what people saw on screen was just one part of her life. Behind the facade of a perfect image, Marie was silently enduring struggles that no one could see. There were battles she fought in silence, with her emotional and mental health often taking a back seat to the image she had to maintain. The hidden struggles of a childhood star. Marie Osmond's childhood was far from ordinary. At just 3 years old, while other children were learning to play and discover the world, Marie was thrust into the limelight, performing under harsh studio lights for millions of viewers. Her life was controlled and molded by her family's success in the entertainment industry. Marie became a performer, her every move and smile dictated by the expectations of the public and her family. There was little room for her to be a child, and even when she asked for something as simple as playtime, the answer was always no. She had work to do. Over time, this constant pressure wore her down, and Marie began to feel more like an object to be used rather than a person with her own needs and desires. Behind the smile, unspoken pain and abuse. Marie Osmond carried hidden wounds that she had to bury deep within herself. As a child, she endured sexual abuse, a painful truth she kept silent about for decades. She never revealed the details of the abuse, but the emotional scars it left behind were profound. The shame, confusion, and fear she felt shaped the way she saw herself and her body. Though the world saw a sweet, obedient child on television, Marie was growing up in a constant state of emotional turmoil. The battle with her inner self was invisible to the public, but it was something that stayed with her for much of her life. Over the years, she learned to detach from her emotions and treat her body as a tool for others, suppressing the pain she couldn't express. The battle with body image and eating disorders. As Marie Osmond entered her teenage years, the pressure to maintain a perfect image intensified. Despite already being extremely thin, the entertainment industry demanded more from her. Executives criticized her for not meeting unrealistic beauty standards, and the fear of losing her job pushed her into a dangerous path. Marie began to starve herself, believing she had to be even thinner to keep her place in the spotlight. She lived on a restrictive diet, dropping weight to levels that were unhealthy. This obsession with her appearance was not driven by vanity, but by a deep-seated fear of being replaced or discarded. It was the only way she felt she could regain control in a world that had always controlled her. Enduring the spotlight, the pressure to be perfect, the success of the Donny Marie Show cemented Marie Osmond's place as one of America's beloved stars. Her image as a perfect, obedient, and safe idol was exactly what the public wanted at the time. But as her career soared, the pressure to maintain this idealized version of herself grew heavier. Marie had to balance a grueling performance schedule, meet weight targets, and handle public expectations while dealing with her personal struggles. The toll this took on her emotional health was immense. Yet she continued to smile and perform as if everything was fine. Behind the cameras, however, she was fighting a silent battle, one that she couldn't let the world see. Love, loss, and emotional struggles. As Marie Osmond's career flourished, her personal life became more complicated. Her first love was a quiet relationship that never had the chance to fully bloom. She found a sense of peace with Michael McDonald, but their connection was not enough to withstand the pressures of their individual lives. Later, she entered into relationships with high-profile stars, including Andy Gibb and David Cassidy. But these relationships, too, ended in exhaustion rather than scandal. For Marie, love seemed like something elusive, something she could never truly find in the way she had hoped. even as she navigated fame. The longing for true emotional connection remained unmet, leaving her feeling more isolated. Postpartum depression and the struggles of motherhood. Marie Osmond's journey through motherhood was not without its own challenges. After giving birth to her children, she began experiencing postpartum depression, a condition that left her unable to get out of bed, physically exhausted, and emotionally drained. She struggled with suicidal thoughts and found herself questioning whether she wanted to continue living. These dark days were made even harder by the stigma of weakness, a feeling she had carried from childhood. The weight of trying to maintain an image of perfection while battling depression pushed Marie to her limits. Even though she had a large family and a seemingly perfect life, she was not immune to the pain and challenges that many women face in silence. The loss of her son, a pain beyond words. The greatest tragedy of Marie Osmond's life came in 2010, when her son Michael tragically passed away. His death was the result of a fall from a building, and it took away any semblance of control Marie had over her own grief. This loss shattered her in a way that nothing else had. The phone call she missed, the final moments she never had with him, haunted her deeply. The grief was overwhelming, and for the first time, Marie could no longer hide behind the smile that had defined her public persona. It was a loss that not only changed her life, but also marked the end of the public-facing version of Marie Osmond. The facade was gone, and what remained was the raw, unfiltered pain of a mother who had lost her child. Healing through truth and self-acceptance. Following Michael's death, Marie Osmond withdrew from the intense spotlight of Hollywood and chose to live a quieter life in St. George, Utah. It was here, away from the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry, that she began to find peace. Marie's life was no longer about maintaining an image, but about healing and being present for her family. She focused on small, everyday moments, spending time with her grandchildren, and reconnecting with her own sense of self. Music, while still a part of her life, no longer held the same weight. It became a means of personal expression rather than a tool for public approval. Through her personal struggles, Marie found strength in vulnerability, and her legacy shifted from that of a teen idol to a voice of resilience and truth, finding peace and moving forward. In her 60s, Marie Osmond no longer feels the need to prove anything to anyone. Her focus has shifted from the demands of the entertainment industry to the simple joys of life. She no longer strives to be perfect or maintain an image. Instead, she cherishes the moments that matter most: her health, her family, and her peace of mind. She has learned to live with her scars, both physical and emotional, and to accept that some wounds may never fully heal. But through it all, she has found peace. It is a peace that comes from living authentically, from allowing herself to be imperfect, and from embracing the full complexity of her humanity. The true measure of success. Marie Osmond's story is not one of glamorous success, but of real human resilience. She is a woman who has faced unimaginable pain and loss, yet still chooses to love and live fully. Her legacy is not defined by the number of awards or accolades she received, but by the lives she touched through her honesty and compassion. Marie Osmond showed the world that it is possible to survive the darkest of times and emerge stronger, not by hiding one's truth, but by sharing it with others. Her journey is a testament to the power of vulnerability, the importance of self-care, and the strength that comes from living authentically.